Muted now, and we are live. Hello and welcome to night 2, episode 2 of Echoes of the Maker, my month-long D&D Phyrexian crossover campaign, where we are raising money for the Trevor Project. You can find us all month long. I'll be doing various streams throughout the week, and each week we'll end with one of these 3 to 4 hour D&D sessions set on New Phyrexia, where we are telling an incredible tale of hope and valor. But before we get into that, I just want to remind you that this is a fundraiser all month long for the Trevor Project, an incredible nonprofit that helps our LGBTQ plus youth throughout the country. Through all kinds of various projects, and I just can't praise them highly enough, and I'm just so thankful that all of these wonderful people agreed to help me with this month. Every $5 donated does enter you to win a variety of raffle prizes. I have sealed Magic the Gathering product. I have sealed Quiver Time product. I have pre-constructed commander decks that I'll be making on stream, including one that we made last week that will be in a random deck box given to a random raffle winner. I have art and proxies and all kinds of other wonderful Magic adjacent goodies for you to win. And yeah, you can find me at MTG Critical here on Twitch, YouTube, Blue Sky, all of that good stuff. You can do !donate to find the donate link in chat. And that's all I have for you, so I would love to get to player introductions. We'll go in the opposite order we went last week, so we will start with you, Lityara. Take it away.
All right. All right. Hi, everyone. I am Lityara. I'm the author of Glistener's Guide to New Phyrexia, and I am a guest. This is my second appearance on the stream, which is actually a surprise because I did not think that I would be able to join for more than one session, but here I am. Surprise. Um, are we also introducing our characters or just
Yes,
ourselves?
yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so me, I use they them pronouns. I'm Lityara Mirror Lake, Lityara dash Mirror Lake on Tumblr.com and Lityara on Blue Sky. And as you might know, I do D&D content. I do a lot of D&D homebrew as well as MTG Vorthos content, largely focusing on the world of New Phyrexia. And in this game, I have the honor of playing Imnirix, or Rix for short, the Coreborn, Furnaceborn, Phyrexian Swords Bard. He is a he they pronouns. He is a leader of a combined coalition of Phyrexians and Mirrans seeking to break free of Norn's control. So I am so excited to join you all for this game.
Yeah,
And we are
we love
excited
Ricks.
we're excited to have you. All right,
Me
moving around,
too.
we'll find Gwen.
Oh, okay, I'm next. Great. Yeah, hi, I'm Gwen. You can find me on Blue Sky at Gwen the Dragon. And on YouTube at GemTG, eventually maybe, making videos again. And I am playing Haze, the human sorcerer. That's what I'm playing. I had to remind myself because I don't remember things. Um, yeah, Haze is just a guy. Uh, she pronouns. They melt rats with acid, which is awesome.
Lots of rats.
Yeah,
And we are
that
super
that's what they do.
Yep, and we're excited to have Hayes back as well. We'll keep this train rolling with you, Jane.
Hey everybody, I'm Jane Judge from Jane Plays Magic. If you want to watch me play stupid magic, go over to janeplaysmagic.com. But for right now, I'm playing Lorenial Golthol, and she is a slightly snooty Viridian elf with a thing against Phyrexians. Ooh, find out why later. Do 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 do.
All right, and then we have Ricky.
Hey, what's up, y'all? I'm Lana War Ricky. I'm an editor over at Jane Plays Magic, and tonight I am playing Valadeus. He's a Valdaran artificer, so he's an expert in asset acquisition, but not a people's person.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Boo.
All right, and last but certainly not least, we've got Oz.
Least is fine. I'm Oz. I am on Blue Sky at Oz-Edgewalker. I like art, and I post about art in Blue Sky and Magic the Gathering sometimes, specifically how it correlates to what inspired one or the other. So if you want to read about that, go find my page. I'm playing Circle Breaker. He is a tiny Mirren rogue paladin. Smash him up. Um, he's very fast and he's very friendly, and he wants to help everyone. And that's it for me.
All right. Well, now that we
Circles
have
don't stand a chance.
circles never stand a
No, they do not.
chance. Now that we
They
have
all perform.
our players and our characters introduced, we will get right back into the game. When last we left our intrepid group of adventurers, they had just rescued, quote unquote, the data cores from a dozen or so obsolete mirrors, hidden beneath the Vidalcan observatory that you were sent to investigate for this mysterious signal. Upon downloading all of that data into Circle Breaker's main cortex, that code began to extrapolate over and over and over again, and it began to unwind for Circle Breaker until it appeared that it had found its target. Moments later, you were all blinded by the light of the suns above you. You found yourselves among a sea of chrome, the glimmer void of Mirrodin. Surrounded by nothing, no sound, it is silent, and it is eerily still. There's no wind, there's no life as far as you can see from where you currently are. What do you guys do?
Valadace, do you detect anomalies?
I must probably Validase is probably going to try and dive to like a cover place or something like that to try and get an assessment of anomalies or locations.
Sure. Yeah, you kind of scan the horizon around you. There are no clear landmarks. This is very much so where you are standing is sort of this vast, expansive plain of just chrome. Chrome. The ground beneath you is highly reflective. You see, as far as your eyes will let you see, scanning with your artificer tools yields the same result. As far as you could tell, there are no structures near you that you could take cover behind.
As far as I can tell, we are nowhere.
Could I try to see if I recognize this as the Razor Fields?
Sure. Yeah, go for it. Yeah.
Okay, what would I roll?
Roll me an investigation or an insight check.
Investigation or insight? Okay, I'm gonna do insight.
Okay.
19.
Okay. You recognize this as being the Glimmer Void of Mirrodin. You know of the Glimmer Void now that the Phyrexians have taken over fully and New Phyrexia is sort of in full swing. That much of the Glimmer Void has been fought over and contested, and the mere people have been pushed into sort of like these corners of existence, a la Native American reservations in our world. But as you're kind of looking around, what's registering as weird to you in this moment is that everything is calm and peaceful, and you saw the Phyrexian sky, less than 30 minutes ago, and it was completely clouded. Very little sunlight was making its way through. Whereas here, the sky is hazy, but not nearly as cloud covered. You can make out the colors of the different suns on the horizon. The sort of polished look of Mirrodin in its current form is incredibly foreign to you.
Something
Is there
unnatural has
any-
happened.
Right.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please. Is there like a stream in my the download that might give a clue to why we're here?
Yeah. So the last sort of wave of code that was rushing into you as you were downloading was we will find him. We will find him. Found, right? And then
Yeah.
that code stopped all at once. Your mind went perfectly silent, and in that exact moment, all of you sort of blinked, and when your eyes opened, you were here. Um, there is this very faint uh, circle breaker as you were kind of reflecting inward in this moment. There is a very faint beep. You are in an office building, and somewhere someone forgot to change the battery in a fire alarm. Um, Difficult to tell from where in this moment, but somewhere in your mind there is this very faint signal that is sort of rhythmically letting out a tone every 30 to 45 seconds.
Okay. Interesting. Is anything happening to Lityara? I mean, sorry.
Imnirix.
Oh, Imnirix.
Yeah, Rix.
Is anything happening to him?
Yes, currently Rix, nothing is happening. You have seen you've seen remnants of the Glimmer Void before. Um Especially currently it is a very tumultuous environment. Um Not necessarily for you as a Phyrexian, because you are, even though you are not aligned with the Praetors, it is easier for you to go undetected in Phyrexian more Phyrexian inhabited environments than it would be for, Circle Breaker or Haze, right? So you've had missions that have required you to venture up to the Glimmer Voids on a couple of occasions. Um, this is far different from anything you've experienced before. There is no scent in the air of oil. There is there's no hot iron sort of there's no hot iron in the air that's sort of like tinging the inside of your nostrils as you inhale. All of these sort of things that you have come to know as just basic reality and as just like a normal environment are in this moment missing. It is very environmentally silent here, very clean, very surgical.
Yeah, for what it's worth, Rix himself looks uncomfortably exposed. Even though he has ventured out onto the surface before, he has spent the majority of his life inside, like deep within the ground, in the furnace layer, and so having such an open expanse of sky so wide above him, it feels like he's going to fall up and disappear. And the kind of cowering that he's kind of been doing this entire time, like kind of he doesn't know what to make of it, but it seems like he doesn't have much of an action plan either, as if he's just waiting for the others to do something, make some sort of decision for him, as he almost huddles under his cloak and looks around. Something about the cleanliness of it is unsettling to him in a way that he can't quite describe.
Yeah. Okay. So sorry. Yeah. So after you have kind of looked around Circle Breaker and you're analyzing, how Imnirix is doing and what's going on in the party, what is kind of going through Circle Breaker's mind in this moment? All of that code has rushed in. You have essentially downloaded hundreds of years worth of Vidalcan data from this observatory in a matter of, seconds. You've been transported seemingly to Mirrodin, which, doesn't exist anymore in this form. And the code immediately went silent, aside from that very faint tonal signal that you're still receiving.
First thing, as long as everyone's okay, the circle breaker would attempt to go into a hit the procedures. We need to find some shelter, some bay, scout some hill. Glimmer Void kind of rolls, with those like plates of metal on the ground.
Mm-hmm.
Find a vantage point. Does anyone have a?
Well, if we need a higher elevation, I could perhaps fly into the air a bit, if everyone's okay with that.
Yeah,
by
that
all
might
means.
help. I was thinking of potentially making some kind of arcana check as I just try to recall so Rix has some background knowledge of magical artifacts and devices from his time handling essentially the waste and offal of Phyrexia as an ingot slave in the furnace. So I wonder if there is anything that he could possibly attempt to recall. It looks like I have Arcana or Insight, maybe one of those. I don't know.
Yeah, so if you're trying to sort of look into the magical elements at play here, it would be an Arcana check for sure.
All right, I have a +2 on that. Does anybody have anything better?
My Arcana is
I
decent, but I've already kind of rolled for this.
Oh, I have a
Okay.
+7 actually. Never mind. I have a good Arcana.
Yeah, go
Awesome.
for it.
Yeah, I'll
Yeah.
I'll help you. We will try to figure this out together.
That's gonna be a 25.
Okay.
Ooh.
Hayes, as you are brought into this realm, this glimmer void with the rest of the party, you feel incredibly uneasy currently. It feels as though you have walked into an incredibly sterile environment. The kind where even subconsciously your brain tells you I shouldn't touch things here, right? We've all kind of been in one of those rooms where you're just like, oh, I'm not supposed to touch the stuff here. There's something on a molecular level, Hayes, that is telling you in this moment that this is not a magically imbued environment. That what is happening here is clearly technological in origin. You get the idea that whatever has brought you here, whatever is causing you to see these things, is not inherently magic so much as it is a technologically created environment.
Yeah. So I'll kind of relay that information to everyone. I
You're
feel like
right.
this doesn't seem my wheelhouse.
Which is, it can't be possible. We saw the sky not half an hour ago, and the moons, they're not in the right spots. The time of day, there's not a cloud in the sky.
I fear we might need to broaden our theories a bit. I did some research into the things they were researching at the observatory, and the most I could grasp was that some of their study involved things from beyond our world and time, or it's hard to describe, but something like that. We could be in a completely new dimension or new form of world.
Is this
Is that
real?
true?
This could, yes, it's very possible. This could be some technological vision or hologram, just that we are being suppressed in.
Circle Breaker, you've studied the data a bit from the facility. Does this match anything you've recently seen or in your data banks?
No, I have not. I have not seen this. If it is technological, it is more than likely we have been thrust into a place where where the code says we have found this individual, this father, the one who made us. I believe our first instinct should be to explore and find shelter, lest we cook. He like looks at your organic bits.
All right, can I look around and see if I can find us a shelter of some kind?
Absolutely, yeah. So um, as you begin to kind of walk away from the party, Laurenial, you make it about 50 feet, and as your body kind of reaches this point, you feel this sort of ripple of what feels like an incredibly soft fabric against the entire front side of your body. As your face kind of peers through what feels like this very soft, silken fabric brushes against your face, and suddenly your vision goes incredibly dark. There is almost like this veil that you have peered through. And as you pierce through this and you look down, you realize wherever you are, there's a very clear border between you and seemingly a void in front of you. As you look back, you see the glimmer void, the expanse, you see the horizon, you see the suns in the sky. But you can put your hand through this sort of invisible barrier. You can see your hand reflecting the light from the environment behind you. But ahead of you is just straight black void.
Oh damn!
Circle Breaker,
Is there more void?
is there a chance when you were downloading those cores, did you blow us all up? Are we dead?
If if I were dead, I selfishly I wouldn't think of any better company, but um, I don't think so.
All right.
I'm
Well,
gonna
then
run a
this is artificial.
self-diagnostics on myself.
I'm sorry?
I'll lift my. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was gonna run a self-diagnostics on myself.
Okay.
I'm gonna lift my javelin and show everybody the sort of veil and how fake it looks behind there.
Yeah. You all from your perspective, you feel as though you're moving like a sheet in the wind out of the way, right? The rest of them see the end of your spear vanish. Almost do you know that childhood science experiment, you drop a piece of glass into a bottle or a jar filled with oil and it vanishes? It's kind of like that. You stick your spear out, and the rest of the party literally sees it just vanish, like from the end up to where the barrier begins.
Aladeus, do you know what's happening?
Most strange. I don't know. I'm gonna cast see invisibility on myself.
Okay.
By pulling down my visors through and scanning stuff there. So I'll burn a spell slot for that. And I'm looking to see if I can see any invisible tethers or technological invisible ley lines or anything like that. You know?
Yeah. So that visor drops down in front of you. Immediately, you start seeing like environmental data appear: humidity, temperature, cross breeze, all of that stuff. Um, and as you're focusing in around you, you see at various points in this immediate area, um, one immediately on the ground near Circle Breaker. There's one about 10 feet away from Laurenial, and then there's another one behind you. Um, these small little, almost ivory colored columns that are jutting up from the ground. They only stick up about 1.5, 2 inches on the ground, and each of them you find are in the center of a perfectly hexagonal chrome plate that is coating the entirety of the glimmer void in front of you. Three about 6 inch in diameter ivory columns.
Okay. I'm gonna describe what I see to the party, and then move closer to one and try and investigate or find out its purpose.
Sure. Yeah, go ahead and roll me an investigation check. What are the rest of the party doing in this moment?
Now that everyone's a little bit farther apart, I think Rix will like pull out his weapon and just have it at the ready. Although it's more of like a nervous tick than like an actual anticipation of threat.
Sure.
Everything's too empty. There is too much space. He's kind of just keeping an eye out. He honestly like really doesn't know what to make of this entire situation, so he falls back on the one thing he does know how to do.
I got a 17 on the investigation.
You recognize these. There's something about the layout, the fact that these are symmetrically placed in this environment, the fact that they're perfectly centered on these tiles. These are clearly here for a purpose. You recognize it as something similar to some of the technology used by the Vidalcan people in modern-day New Phyrexia. You have a lot of these sort of... As a tall and slender people, you have learned to modify tools to work by just stepping on them. You have, vacuum ports that you just push everything in front of, push a button with your foot, it sucks everything up. You recognize these as clearly probably something similar. As you're kind of probing around, touching them, there's clearly a little bit of give to them. And you kind of get the vibe that these are some sort of button of some kind.
Okay. It appears we are standing over some kind of activation port, so some kind of mechanism that's perhaps projecting this shield or illusion. I'm not sure exactly yet.
I do not believe we saw this in the previous observatory. Interesting.
Are you able
the
to turn it
description-
off?
Oh yeah. And are there any descriptions of the ports in the data stream?
In the data stream, yes, you recognize this area. You have seen, as you've been kind of pouring through a lot of the information that you've received, you see flashes of the Glimmer Void every once in a while. It is very old data. A lot of it is very corrupted data. But you have seen this area. You recognize the placement of the suns. You recognize, a lot of... You recognize a lot of the environmental factors that are around you currently. What the buttons do is lost on you in this moment.
And there are how many?
3.
3 buttons.
3 buttons.
Oh boy. Do we leave it a chance, or do we all hold hands and pick one?
All right. I know I'm not the smartest person in the room here, but I am thinking that the Glimmer Void doesn't look like this today, does it? And I sort of look at Nyrix like the Phyrexians have taken it.
Yes, this is true, and he kind of like, yeah, I don't know. He's making himself very small again, but he seems to agree. This is so clean. It's unsettling.
Yeah.
But before that, who lived here? It was, and then I'm gonna look over at Circlebreaker, the Mir.
Yes. It was our time. I believe we are being shown some sort of vision or technological holodeck from the past with these now discovered buttons in front of us. It may be our ticket. You guys use tickets? It may be our entryway into to meet whomever made us. Memnarch, this individual from the thing that Vraska sent.
I think tickets have to exist, right? This is post introduction of attractions in Infinity.
Not this. Not where we are.
Right. Would you like to lead
Uh,
us? We know how much
well-
power this code has over you. It could shut you off. But you could also be the key to opening or using these buttons.
I can, if I can see them, I can help. And he puts his like little Ninja Turtle hand on top of his head, and his like little eye glows this like bright lavender purple, and he casts see invisibility on himself as well, so he can see these buttons.
As soon as you can see these buttons,
I see these buttons.
that you see these buttons, that tone in the back of your mind grows louder and louder and louder. You see
Oh yeah, I forgot about the beeping.
you see this like pulse. You see this very familiar pulse of blue light. It courses from the bottom of your feet through the grooves in between these hexagonal plates. As it courses around, it forms almost this triangle between the three buttons. You very clearly feel this pull towards them.
Okay. Any one other than the other?
No.
Okay. Can I hit all three of them at the same time?
They would be too far away, but if you showed people where they were, you totally could.
Too small.
I'm so. I am very small. I forgot. I would like to position myself in front of one button.
Okay.
And
I'll grab another one.
yes, thank you for that one. Who would like to find this? I'll point to where I'm standing and be like, "Here is a button. Who would like to stand here?"
Me, I like pressing buttons.
Hayes, thank you very much. I'll shuffle, shuffle, shuffle. I'll show you where the button is. I'll guide your hand to the button. I'm like, don't press it yet. And then I'll scurry over to the other button. But before I do, I'll go to Rix.
Okay.
Rix, I'm not Rix.
Yes.
You've led us,
Yes.
through several missions. I do not want this place to be a concern for you. And he'll hold out like two little digits of his finger will like fall off into his other hand, and he'll hold them up and he'll say, "If you wish, I will. It would be no problem to help you survive here if something would befall you." And he holds up the ring for you,
Oh.
and he says, "If you need it, my health will be yours."
Right.
And-
He accepts. Yeah.
He'll give you the ring, let you put it on. He'll cast a warding bond.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Aw.
He'll cast a warding bond on you.
Oh.
So for at least an hour, if you get hit, I'll take half the damage.
Thank you.
We can do a longer ceremony later. And so he'll shuffle over to the third button, and
Any connotations are completely lost on him.
of course, of course,
He doesn't know why you're here.
As everyone
In
is
the-
doing this, can Loreniel just close her eyes and listen? Because I know our senses are being fooled right now. I
Sure.
really, really don't want to get snuck up on while we can't see. So I would like to be our ears here.
Sounds good.
That is an excellent idea.
Yeah, so when you're within 60 feet of me, you gain a +1 bonus to AC and saving throws.
Oh
You
wow.
have,
Okay.
you have resistance to all damage. And when you take damage, I'll take the same amount.
Oh wow. Okay. Cool.
I had the spell wrong. But yeah, you have +1 bonus to AC and saving throws, resistance to all damage.
Yeah.
That is such a weird spell.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
I have seen it kill him before.
Interesting. I
Yeah.
have never seen it in action before. I'm fascinated.
Let's see, and then there'll be like a little. I'll project a beep outside
Yeah.
outside my body. So we'll do if everyone's okay. If we're all ready, we'll press these 3 buttons at the same time and see what happens.
All right.
Is everyone within like the same hex?
Yes, you'd all technically be within like 25 to 30 feet of each other.
Perfect. I love it. 3, 2, 1. Push this button.
Yeah.
Do it.
You all depress the buttons into the ground. There is a brief moment where nothing happens. And then all at once, this massive rush of hot, scalding air erupts from beneath the hex that these buttons were on. The three of you that pushed them, I need a dexterity saving throw. Just super fast.
Just super fast.
Just super fast.
Just a real quick one.
21.
Natural 1.
Dexterity saving throw. It only matters if you got a 15 or lower. If you got a 16 or higher, you don't take any damage.
I got a 7, so I'll take some damage.
Okay.
I failed as well.
All right. If you failed, you take 6 points of damage as this steam erupts straight up into the air from around these three buttons. The hexagonal tiles that they were on begin to shake rapidly. You can feel it in the ground as they begin to dislodge from the ground. They begin to rise into the air until they're as tall as Circle Breaker, taller.
It's not very tall.
Taller. Until each of these hexagonal columns now are almost 20 feet in the air at the top of them. The first thing you all notice about these pillars is that they have a mirror shine on them. From top to...
And sorry to interrupt. Are the pillars still invisible?
No, the pillars are no longer invisible. That's why I was saying
Cool.
Everybody sees these now.
Sorry.
They have a mirror-like reflective shine on them. Every side is perfectly polished. A mirror. Oh, yuck. As they all kind of reach their pinnacle height and stop, you all hear this very loud sort of ka-chunk as the pillars drop about half an inch into this final place. And then it all goes silent again. Circle Breaker, the column that you are now standing directly in front of since you pushed the button and it raised in front of you, you see your reflection. But when you look at yourself, you are incredibly dilapidated, rusted. You have a huge chunk of the side of your face that has sort of rusted and caved inward. You see elements of your limbs that are just sort of barely hanging on by rudimentary hinges that have been scrapped together. Hayes, you're looking into this column and you see a child. You see you as a child. The bubbly, small sorcerer to be. And Valadeus, you see yourself. Present day Valadeus, standing there looking resplendent. The light of the 5 suns sort of catching different parts of your armored suit. Honestly, if you had a camera, it would be a pretty badass picture in the moment.
This mirror is functioning appropriately.
Does everyone else see this reflection that we see, or do we see like everyone else's normal reflection?
So currently where you're standing, you can only see your reflection.
Oh, okay.
As you look towards Hayes, if you look towards Hayes, you see a child version of yourself in that reflection. If you look towards Circle Breaker, you see an incredibly old, wizened, worn version of yourself. And if you look towards Valadeus, the reflection you find in that pillar is of you.
Oh, I see. It's a fun house.
It's a temporal funhouse.
Forward, backwards, and here.
Present.
Imnirix seems disturbed. For briefly, he locks eyes with the image of him as a newt. Small, still had skin on his bones back then. Before he twists his head away. And the other two images, I at least assume, look pretty much identical, because Phyrexians don't age, right? There's no, like...
They do.
It's...
You...
Do they?
The one that you look at towards Valadeus looks normal. The one that you look at when you look towards Circle Breaker, it looks fractured in some way. As you look into the other mirrors, you see yourself as a newt. You see yourself now. As you look into the mirror pillar that's near Circle Breaker, you see yourself now, but you see yourself now with these huge cracks running all the way from almost the top of your head through your body and down. As you move, your reflection moves with you. Everything looks the same, except you have major cracks that sort of, these huge, very large fissures that you see that kind of run through various elements of your body plating that aren't there now. And that is what you see as you look towards Circle Breaker.
Yep, he's like morbidly fascinated by that kind of twisting and turning. I wonder if... Well, Detect Magic takes 10 minutes to cast as a ritual, so maybe not that, but this is very odd. I'm gonna see how the others respond first. Oh, Oz, you're muted if you wanted to say anything.
He's talking to his partner.
Oh, okay.
I'm talking to my dog.
Oh,
I'm talking to my dog.
Oh, Moss. That's Mossy. Everyone say hi, Mossy.
Hi, Mossy.
Mossy's adorable. Rescued from a Tennessee gas station parking lot.
Oh god.
True story.
He's crying because he won't. He's crying because he won't get off the couch by himself. 1 second.
Yes, he is a giant love ball.
Oh.
As Imnirix is kind of having this self-reflective moment and looking around at the rest of you, what are the rest of you doing in this current point in time?
I think Valadeus is definitely going to be studying this, maybe pulling out like smithing tools, trying to maybe remove a panel and get in a closer look at how these things work.
Okay, sure. Yeah, as you begin to pull out these tools, as you begin to investigate the column that's in front of you, there's a moment when you first make physical contact with the column in front of you, where as soon as you touch it, you feel this wave of warmth pulse through your arm and through your body inside of the suit that you're wearing. It doesn't feel bad in any way. It doesn't feel sort of like an electrocution or anything of the sort. It's just this sort of like very liquid energy that courses through your body incredibly quickly, from arm up, down, in a very rapid succession. And you hear this voice kind of echo in your mind. And you hear, In silence, I command armies. In stillness, I move mountains. I am as fragile as glass, yet sharper than any blade. What am I?
Oh no. Fucking.
In silence I command armies, in stillness I move mountains.
I am as fragile as glass, yet sharper than any blade. What am I?
I'm going to share this revelation with the party. Um, sounds like a riddle or a passcode we need to perhaps figure out.
I'm telepathically asking the DM to put it in the game chat so I can read it again.
In silence I command armies, in stillness I move mountains. I am fragile as glass and sharper than any blade. What am I?
Out of character musings immediately makes me think of like ice or water because of the idea of moving mountains and how ice can be very fragile but very sharp. I don't know. I don't think Rix would know much about this because he's not much the riddling type, and has um, not been exposed to much outside the furnace. But those are my out of character musings.
I'm putting it in the
Right.
chat. I just have to type it on my phone because if I if I open the
Oh, yeah.
chat in this, it'll move everything on the stream.
While we are working on that, I think Lorenio is probably not focused on the puzzle. Lorenio has listened, right, while the pillars all came up and went into their position,
Yeah,
and didn't hear any immediate threats.
correct.
So she opened her eyes and she saw the pillar that turns you older. And she has just walked over there, and there's like a single, very, I don't know, masculine tear running down her face.
Ooh.
You see yourself in this moment, but you can't help but see your ancestors at the same time. You can't help but see your mother, your grandmother, the Viridians that came before you. There's this very sort of regal quality to you as you age, knowing that you age at so much slower of a rate that the few wrinkles you do see on your skin feel like a milestone for you, right? Similar to, someone finally reaching 40 or, finally having their big 50th birthday party or whatever. These huge milestones that people reach at, much closer intervals of time, elves have to become accustomed to the fact that they progress through life much slower. So to see this accumulation of wrinkles on your face is something you've not experienced yet in your life. You see yourself, and for most of the other people that would be looking at your reflection, they probably wouldn't see much of a difference. But to you, you can feel that difference as you're looking, because even though it may just be a couple wrinkles here and there, you see someone else in that person that you've not met yet.
She'll turn around and just be like, I don't know where we are, but I need to get back to the Tangle. Let's find a way out of this place.
Yes, and Rix isn't much focused on much of the riddling stuff either. In the time that where everyone else has been like, putting their heads together, he's kind of wandered back over to the mirror that shows you as younger than you are, and just kind of looked back at that figure, the one that looks actually the most like his humanoid party members, with smooth brown skin and wide eyes, a Phyrexian child who could almost be mistaken for one of the humans if not for their all black glistening eyes. If called, he will snap out of that reverie and come over to help, but until then he seems occupied. A lot of thoughts that he's not verbalizing.
Okay.
Poetry murmured under his breath.
Ace is flexing in the normal mirror.
Ah.
God.
I get jacked.
Can I move over to Rick's?
Yeah, for sure.
Can I see him in the reflection or just myself?
You can. As you look into the reflection, you see child you standing next to a Phyrexian newt.
Rick's kind of like gives a start, like when it just because like you're very quiet. It's like you snuck up on him. He turns. He's not quite sure what to make of you. He waits a little warily.
Suppose we aren't so different at this age.
Oh, no, we aren't. Our children look much like yours. He
Intentional.
kind of just intentional. What do you mean by that?
Oh, well, so we don't kill them.
Huh? This is not. He kind of like processes that. He's like, this was not a. It's not a decision, you know. It's simply how we're born. I know, like, many aspects of the Phyrexian life cycle have been engineered, but I mean, he thinks about it for a while. Does it work?
Yes, it does. Our instinct is to protect something that looks like us. I don't blame you for it. I understand. I just suppose I didn't expect to adjust to being prey in my lifetime.
Right. And he looks down at himself, at the overlapping plates, the metal that sheathes his body, his adult body. He thinks about how early he put that on. The day that he woke up and he was so much taller than he'd used to be, the surgical table still cold against his back. Yeah. He seems as if he doesn't know what to say. The ones who hunt you. With any hope, we are approaching the end of their age. We are bringing it about. Your fire still burns within the heart of whatever they call Phyrexia. Or Mirrodin, whatever name it may have. He stops again.
I suppose I should be thanking you. You saved our life, and you'll do it again, I'm sure. And we could never hold them off without you.
Of course, my people have a stake in this fight as much as yours. There's something about Rick's where you've probably all seen him talk in front of larger groups. When he's addressing the people, he is aflame, as if he's the passion in his voice that it's a passion that raises armies. It's a passion that stirs revolution. But whenever he's confronted alone, he seems so much smaller, so much more fragile, as if, I don't know, as if a single blow could just send all of the scraps that make him up just flying in different directions. It's a very different side of him, one that you probably haven't seen until now, because usually he's all heroic and always knowing what to say, a rhythm behind his words. But yeah, that's all. This is the first time you've probably spoken to him one-on-one about something so serious, and he's a completely different person. A little shy, a little meek, stumbling over his own words. It's not the person you know. He seems as if he's not really sure if he should be finding a way to get out.
Lorenia will sense that and kind of smile at you. and point at you as a newt. You're cute.
Yes. Yes. I was. It wasn't... Not for long enough, but... He makes eye contact with the small humanoid again. A lot of words unsaid.
I think we just stand
But-
there in very intense silence.
Yeah.
Yep. I think even without him vocalizing, a story kind of starts to take shape of a completion too early, a child thrust into the position and the body of an adult. It's not something he speaks out loud, but he's thinking it.
While you're having this moment with Lorenial, Valideus, that those lines, again, in silence I command armies, in stillness I move mountains, I am as fragile as glass yet sharper than any blade, what am I? It repeats again. Even if you're not touching the column at this point in time, you hear those words, and just under them you begin to hear this powerful, deep, guttural voice that begins to beckon, answer me, in a more aggravated tone. And the voice repeats the lines, and then you hear, answer me, louder.
I feel like we need an answer here very soon.
Hark, a thought.
What's your thought?
I go back to our missive from the beginning thing.
The intercepted transmission?
Yes, the transmission. And we were given 3 options: flesh, silver thought, find me. This perchance might akin to thought.
In silence I command armies. In stillness I move mountains. I am fragile as glass. I am sharper than any blade.
I'm gonna go with thought and see if I can figure out a way to answer it.
You have this sort of revelation with circle breakers recounting the missive to you. There's a moment when you think, of course, how could you have missed it, right? You've pored over those data slates repeatedly, over and over again, on this journey and just beforehand. And as you have this, as you kind of think about thought as an answer to this question, these lines, your entire mind goes quiet and still. And you blink. And as you blink, there is a small 2.5, 3 foot shadow that appears behind you, just to your left. You see its reflection in the mirror of the column. All of you in this moment see reflections in these columns of these 2.5, 3 foot tall mirror that sort of coalesce out of this etheric data, these sheets of barrier around the environment that you're in sort of form out of air into these mirror. You see
That-
they're
The little matrix binary
Yeah,
falling
yeah.
Screensaver.
Yeah. But as you see these mirror kind of take form, you realize that they're darker than even dark steel. They're this sort of almost midnight gunmetal in color. They're very matted. They don't have very many reflective areas on their body. But 8 of these figures form in this area surrounding you. And I will have you roll initiative.
Whoa, what?
Wait, does that mean I was wrong? Oh
You're being
Is
no.
this the
attacked.
reward? Is this the punishment?
Okay, who DM, if I'm at a thing and then Valadeus and then Hayes, who's within 10 feet of me?
The only person that would... Nobody's within 10 feet of you, because...
No.
Because Hayes, Imnirix, and Lorennial are all over by their own pillar. Valades is by his pillar, and you're by your own.
Right.
I'm so sorry. None of you get the bonus.
It's okay.
Oh, garbage too.
All right, Hayes, what you get?
23.
Hell yeah. Lorennial.
7.
Heck yeah. Valades.
21.
Goddamn. All right. CB.
Oh, that's me. 24.
Hell yeah. All right, Imnirix.
6.
Yeah, we're busy.
Heck yeah. Yeah, you
Big
guys are
numbers.
bonding.
Heck
You guys
yeah.
were
Yeah,
bonding.
lore accurate initiative rolls.
Yeah, there you go. All right.
Rix, remember, +1 to initiatives and saves,
Yep.
all of them. And then
Oh, okay,
you
then
take-
it's also 7.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You beat me.
If
Yeah.
and if you take damage, you take half of all
Right,
damage,
it's
and,
resistance,
yeah.
right, okay.
and I take the same.
Got it. Interesting. I guess I'm about to witness the use case of this spell, because I do not think that I've ever seen it, like, in action.
Circle
so-
breaker.
This will be interesting.
Yo,
You are first up as you shout to Valadeus the answer to the riddle. And Valadeus kind of briefly closes his eyes to transmit that message to this voice. You turn your head back to see the reflection in this column before you. Just behind you stands a mirror an inch shorter than you, incredibly dark, blackened metal. It stands kind of heaving a little bit. And mirror don't breathe, but this mirror is incapable of standing still. They all are sort of almost ethereally sort of floating in place despite touching the ground physically. Their whole body is sort of swaying as though there was some wind here that you're just not feeling.
Okay.
And it's your turn. What do you do?
how many of them are within 20 feet of me?
Within 20 feet of you, you would have this one and 2 more by the pillar with Valadeus.
Okay. Valadeus. Okay. I'll turn and look and say, I'll register the attack like preternaturally, right?
Mhm.
And then, what are their, just giving a glimpse of them? Do they have weapons? Do they have claws?
They have no weapons. They have these very long, narrow, jagged sort of, you'd call them claws, but they're just sort of this mangled metallic shard at the end of each of their phalanges.
Ew.
Sorry, their phalanges.
I hate that. Okay, hold on. I'm reading over my tenants here just to make sure I'm not oath breaking.
While you're doing that, Hayes, you're on deck.
Yep.
Okay. Okay. And if they are attacking,
Mhm.
it's going to be oh, I bet I've seen those claws before.
Oh, it's gonna be like that, huh, robots?
It's gonna be like that, huh? You're gonna come at me with my own claws?
I knew you'd pull. I knew you'd pull some horse piss like this.
The moment I woke up today. Okay, so it's just gonna be an attack.
Okay.
But it's going to be. I'm gonna punch him.
Okay.
Oh
Go
my
for
god. That's
I'm
so
gonna-
dramatic.
Gosh.
I'm gonna punch him because I'll make an attack. I'll make it a punch, and then I'll hit him again with the second attack, right?
it. Mm-hmm.
And if okay, I'll just roll to see if I attack. That's where I'm gonna go.
Oh, gosh.
That's
So
really
we
good.
are being attacked?
Yeah.
Question mark.
You
Awesome.
guys are attacking.
Right. I'm gonna hit once with a 21 punch,
Oh gosh.
and I think what for unarmed it's just a D4,
Correct.
or is it one since I don't have monk shit? I forget.
1 second.
I was gonna see.
It
this one
is
out.
1 plus
Got a
your
7.
1 plus your strength modifier.
Okay, I'm gonna hit him once for 1 point of damage.
Okay.
I'm gonna like it's just gonna be like a front hand and then like a back hand,
Yeah.
and that's an
Oh.
18 to hit,
Okay.
and it'll be like I'll say very clearly, stand down, brother. You would not want to attack us.
So you made 2 hits, correct?
I made 2 hits.
Okay. Go ahead and roll me 2 intelligence saving throws, please.
Oh, you got it. Hold on. Okay. I'm pretty good at these. Ooh. 18.
Okay. Second one.
Oh, for the first one, right? Sorry. That's a 17 on the die, 24.
Okay, yeah. You feel as you make contact with that first hit, you feel this sort of it doesn't feel like an electric shock or anything like that. You've taken damage similar to that previously. There is this moment where as you make contact, you see these weird sort of like digital like interference lines form across your vision with both hits. You hit once, and then with the second hit, it happens again. You're very quickly able to kind of focus in on what you're doing in those moments, but you do feel something trying to, for lack of a better word in this moment, penetrate you.
Ooh.
First game it was Knuckles, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. Anything else?
Right. Yes. Object interaction. I'm gonna touch the pillar behind me.
Okay. You touch that pillar. You are touching the old person pillar.
Old pillar.
You make both of those contacts with this mirror, and as you reach back
and I tell him, stand down, brother.
yes,
Okay.
and you
In mirror.
touch
Tell
this pillar behind you, and everything goes silent from the area immediately around you. I'm gonna have to type this into the chat too, aren't I? You rat bastard.
I might already know the answer.
Got it.
I was made to protect, but I turned against my maker. I was meant to preserve, but I devoured all I touched. I am the prison and the prisoner, the question and the answer. Who am I?
Jesus?
I was meant to preserve, but I poisoned all I touched.
I turned against my maker.
Turned against my maker. Wait, no, what was the second one?
1 second. Whoop. I'm sending it to Oz.
sorry.
I'm sending it to Oz so that they can copy
Okay.
and paste it into the Discord chat.
Okay. Got it. And as it's talking, I'll say flesh.
You say flesh?
Yeah.
as you consciously have that thought of flesh.
I don't want to interrupt him, but come on.
The riddle continues speaking after you say the word flesh, almost as if it wasn't interrupted at all. The pillar behind you, it feels incredibly warm to the touch in this moment. You think flesh, and the riddle begins to cycle over again. I was made to protect. And between each line, you feel this kind of surge of warmth into your hand. As you take 3 points of burning damage from the pillar itself.
What? Okay.
Whoa.
Ouch.
We will. Is that it for you?
That is my action. That's my object interaction. Give me one moment.
I was made to protect, but I turned against my maker.
Sorry, I need to look at this real quick.
You're good. You're totally all right.
That's an action. That's an action. Yeah, that's all I got.
Okay.
Ooh, actually, yeah, that's all I got.
Okay. The entire time.
Oh, no. I'm so sorry. I'm a rogue. Cunning action. Oh God, no. I don't want to do that. Never mind. Go ahead.
Okay. After your turn, it's important to note that the entire time this is going on, that riddle is repeating in your mind, Circle Breaker.
Okay.
It does not stop. Hayes, it is your turn. You are currently standing in front of this pillar. You are over by the pillar near Valideus. You're posing, right, showing off your guns. Which is an incredibly not ironic thing for a sorcerer to be doing.
I have a +1 strength.
It's more than me,
right? But you are now. You know that Valideus is on the other side of this column. But immediately adjacent to your left, you have one of these shadowy mirror that have appeared from the ether, as it were. And in the same sort of threatening position. What do you do?
Let's see, what do I do? I have so many things I can do. This looks fun. I'm gonna cast Mind Spike at him.
Okay. Valideus, you're on deck.
It's gonna be a Wisdom saving throw I would like him to make.
Okay.
DC 16.
Ooh.
This is on a third level spell slot.
We got a 17 on the die.
Alright, so he takes half damage.
Okay. Roll that damage.
18 half, 9.
Okay. 9 damage.
Do I have any bonus actions I want to do? I don't think so that I can think of. I think I would like to what's this? I think that will be it for me.
Okay.
I am bad at D&D combat.
Hard.
It's totally fair. Valideus, you are up. It is your turn.
Right.
You are face to face with yourself in this pillar. You know that Hayes is on the other side of this pillar. You see in the reflection a mirror just behind you to your left, but then also also to your right. You see the mirror that was just attacked by Haze.
Okay. So there's two of them kind of near my threat range.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to first move and I'm not going to disengage, but I'm going to squat down a little bit and try and get a little bit 5 feet away from the one that's right behind me. So I'll provoke an opportunity attack.
Yeah, you will. Okay. Does an 18 hit?
No.
Okay, then it misses.
Hell yeah.
So then as I move past, I'm going to hold up the gauntlet of my armor, and it's just going to eject a kind of small metallic device, and it spins through the air. If you see it when it hits the ground, it's like a tuning fork, but it's double-sided, and it hits the ground, and it's going to ring out in a little tiny high-pitched sound. I'm going to cast Shatter and try and get it to hit those two that are near me and not my allies.
Whoa.
I'm gonna have to cast it at 3rd level because I'm out of 2nd level slots.
Damn, dog.
Yeah,
That's awesome.
10-foot radius. God. Damn.
Ouch.
All right, and you're casting it at 3rd level, so what is that? 248?
My guy
And I
casts
believe-
artifacts with purple.
And I believe a character made of inorganic material has disadvantage on the save.
Yeah, and it's gonna be 48 damage. Goddamn. Okay, so what is that? Constitution saving throw with disadvantage for both of them.
And the DC is 17.
Well, neither of them made it. The closest they got was a 14. So.
Okay. Well, let me roll 48. 1. 9. 16. 20 total.
20 total. Okay. You
20
see
total.
the one that was
That's
to your
awesome.
right. You see the one that was to your right. You saw its head kind of jolt back after it had Mind Spike cast on it. As you cast Shatter, you see this mirror almost disassemble in real time. The percussive blast from that tuning fork, you see all of the joints on this mirror pull apart momentarily and then snap back together, and then this mirror just crumples to the ground in this pile of just metal shards. The other mirror, it takes this hit. You hear this violent crack with this tinge of sort of steel on steel concuss as parts of this mirror kind of crack open from the blast of that shatter. It does not look great.
Damn, dog. Hell yeah.
Okay. All right.
It scared me.
So that mirror, after taking the blast from that fork, lunges at you, Valadeus. With its right arm, it swings with an 18, misses, right?
Yes.
Okay. It goes to swing with its left. Better, 21.
That hits.
Okay. Okay. Well, it's only 9 points of damage, but I need an intelligence saving throw from you, please.
Ooh, my favorite save. That's a nat 20 for a 30 total.
God damn.
Hey.
Yeah.
Okay. Artificer moment.
It strikes your armor, and there's this weird moment where, for literally half of a second, maybe your system shuts off and back on, and you likely wouldn't even notice, except the clock now reads midnight and it's just blinking. It reset momentarily.
Valadeus boots up in BIOS.
Yeah. Boots up in safe mode.
Blue screen for a second.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I'm back.
Um, the two that are over near you, Lorenio. The first one swings 18 for a 23 to hit.
Whew, yes.
Okay, and then
Ouch.
it's with its second attack. Oh, it rolled much lower. 10. It misses.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yes, that one misses.
Minimum damage. So you take 6 points of slashing damage, and I need an intelligence saving throw.
Okay, that puts me at. Okay, and then an intelligence save.
Yeah.
Oh no,
The second, the two attacks from the second mirror missed you, both of them. Terrible.
23.
23. Okay, yeah. So you get struck, and there's this moment where things kind of fuzz in and out. Your eyes kind of have to refocus, but you save no problem at all. All right, then there is just the one that is by you, Oz.
I told him to stand down.
You did tell him to stand down. Does a 16 hit you?
Never.
Okay. Does a 22 hit you?
I'll use a reaction to make my AC 24.
Okay.
Ooh.
So all of them miss.
It'll be like a he'll swing at me, and I'll dodge it, and then he'll swing at me again, and then the sword arm will pop out. Like, I told you, brother. no oats for you, brother.
As the last mirror misses both of its attacks, two and two of the other mirror are dead. You see the mirror try to hit you, Circle Breaker, and miss. The rest of you see the mirror swinging all out. As soon as that last mirror misses you, Circle Breaker, almost in unison, they all stop. Their hands drop limp to the sides of their body. And as that happens, Circle Breaker, you hear that riddle get louder, and you hear, "Answer me.
Oh.
Answer me."
Oh,
And
I
as
get a second chance.
As the riddle kind of pulses again through the code, all of the mirror that are in this area surrounding you, this beautifully brilliant hue of blue flies through the air. These tiny little motes of blue light begin to circle the mirror, and they vanish.
Wait, the mirror vanish?
The mirror vanish. You all see these small swarms of blink moths that swoop through the air. They encircle these mirror, and as the blink moths kind of dissipate, the mirror are gone in this moment.
Another easy fight.
For the sake of this, we're gonna keep it in initiative order for my own, for my own sanity in this encounter. So that happens, and then it is immediately Lorenial and Imnirix. You guys have the same initiative, so you can take your turn simultaneously, work together however you want to do that in these moments. But you see these mirror appear. They attack. 2 of them get killed by your party members. And just as you feel you might have to fight as well, they vanish.
Aladeus, can you still see them?
I see nothing, but be careful. They have some ability to mess with our technology.
Yeah, Rix is going to like take a big step like back towards Circle Breaker and like where the rest of the party is. Like hopefully within 10 feet if I can get that still on guard.
Okay, yeah.
He had been planning to reason with them, but all of that happened a little too fast to even process.
I believe it is. I believe they may have been summoned for my incorrect answer.
Did you receive
Repeat
a
the
riddle?
riddle.
As well?
I did receive a riddle. I will read it again. Read it to the party. I was made to protect, but I turned against my maker. I was meant to preserved but I devoured all I touched. I am the prison and the prisoner. The question and the answer, who am I? Going back to the missive, if yours was silver, if yours was thought, I thought flesh, perhaps incorrectly. In hindsight, silver does make a little more sense.
I think this is a person from history, or maybe not biological, but like a person thing. Out of character, I think I might know who it is, but can I like do a history or something to see if I like
Yeah,
know?
100%. Yes. Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a history check.
I got a 19.
Okay. Yeah.
Ooh.
With a 19, you're able to kind of
Memnarch.
you're kind of able
Yeah.
to extrapolate, right? That many consider Memnarch to be the father of Mir, the lone watcher left on Mirrodin from his maker, left to kind of
Prison
protect,
and prison.
left to protect this glimmer void, after the Urgolem leave. So, you have reason to believe that the answer could be Memnarch.
I will bring that up. There are some in the Western school of thought who believe that Memnarch is worshipped as a creator of the mirror. Perhaps he is.
Oh yeah, duh. I was like, whoops. I'll hit the thing.
The idea of a mirror saying "duh" is pretty funny.
I'll before I touch the pillar again, I'll say, prepare yourselves. Everyone huddle in to get that bonus, that good bonus. Oh wait, no, initiative's not changing. It's fine. I'll just hit it again, and risk the burn, I guess, and say Memnarch in my best Gandalf impression.
Memnarch.
Memnarch.
Speak, friend, and enter. Memnarch.
You kind of say that, and your mind, your brain space goes completely silent. The three, the rest of you, as you are kind of looking around, nothing. Just silence. Moments pass. Circle breaker. You hear this very faint, this very faint sort of sigh come from the back. It comes from like the very depths of your data storage. And you hear, very well. And then two of the three pillars make this sort of like jostle, and they begin to sink back down into the glimmer void beneath you. The third one stands remaining. And as the two pillars reach the bottom, Valideus, you hear that voice again. You hear, I know you. I know of your kind. The blue skin gives you away. And he says, I used to have many dealings with your kind. And he says, perhaps a little family reunion. As soon as you hear that, there's an alarm system inside of your suit, Valideus, that sort of is designed specifically to alert you when something in the environment is changing rapidly, like unnaturally. And
We have an anomaly.
In this moment, all of the tiles that you're standing on, all of these perfectly chrome hexagonal tiles beneath you begin to sort of shake and vibrate, and they almost form this sort of like wave across the ground. You're still standing on it. You all kind of feel as the earth beneath you literally pulses. The last of these, the 25-foot column that's still up near Imnirix, moves up and back down with it. And stepping in from the sides, all four of these sides step in. You see these tall, sort of lanky Vidalcan beings. They come in. You see their skin. You see their facial structure, the bones. As they look around at all of you, you see they look at you, Valadeus, and they smirk. And one of them reaches his hand out, so sort of like towards you, kind of beckoning. You see their hand outstretched towards you, and their eyes kind of glisten a little bit as the light from the chrome reflects off of them. They don't say anything to you.
Well, I think Valdes is kind of just like surprised and like taken by this, and just kind of like reaches his hand out, kind of not thinkingly, and just goes out to touch.
Okay. As you make contact, oh shit! 1 second.
You'd love to hear a DM say that.
Oh.
Right.
Contact. Don't touch stuff, y'all. Don't touch it. What if it's gross?
This is like that movie Contact.
Yeah.
I just imagine, I can't remember their names, but like General Zod's like 3 little cronies coming
Right.
down out of the sky. But they're Vidalcans and they're sick as hell.
Yeah. They reach out. You walk up and you touch the first one's hand. As you do, I need a charisma saving throw. As you make contact, physical contact with this Vidalcan, in the last second before you make contact with their skin, this black sort of shimmer radiates across their eyeballs. It's in that moment that you recognize that they are not right. They are not Vidalcan. Whatever these entities are, they are pretenders to your people. You make contact.
What the fuck?
I need a charisma saving throw, please.
Is this a throw for completion?
It's a charisma saving throw.
Okay.
So no. Is there time for anybody to respond at all?
Not to this, no.
I got
Okay.
18.
Oh.
Straight up, 0 mod.
18's good.
Wow.
Yeah.
18's
Charisma
good.
save. That's
You make contact. You see that black shimmer across their eyes. The rest of you see Valadeus. His armor stays perfectly still in the air. Valadeus, your body begins to flicker in and out of reality for the rest of the people here. The rest of you see what looks like Valadeus is blinking in and out of existence rapidly for about 5 seconds before you sort of are able to push through this overwhelming chilling sensation that enters through your body as you make contact with this Vidalcan. Anybody that's watching, if you'd like to roll an Arcana check, you are absolutely able to.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ooh, big 10.
19.
Okay.
19's good. 19 beats me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, with a 19, you recognize this spell. You see the sort of runic patterns, Haze, that form up the bottom of Valadeus's arm as he makes contact with this other Vidalcan. You see this runic pattern sort of shift in these vibrant hues of like green and copper as they race up Validace's arm faster than many people would even be able to recognize. But because you are trained you are born into the arcane as a sorcerer, you have a fine-tuned eye for catching elements like this out in the wild. You recognize that whatever this being is just tried to banish Valideus from this area. Just tried to cast banishment on Valideus.
Oh.
My
Tried
God.
to and failed.
Tried to and failed.
Hell yeah.
Whoa.
Cool. Do
All
we
right.
have time to respond?
Yes. I will give each of you have an action to do in this moment, as the Vidalcans are attempting to banish Valideus, and I'll give you the actions in the same initiative order. So, Circle Breaker, you'd be up first. So you see Valideus sort of flickering in and out of existence in this moment.
And Hayes clocks the banishment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It would be I would attempt to say Imnirix, answer attempt the third riddle, and I would close the distance between myself and Valideus. And then I'm small, so I'm gonna get like up under him.
Yeah.
And in between him and the person. And it's gonna be that. It's gonna be that. Well. Yeah, I'm gonna do my channel divinity again.
Okay.
But this time, Validace, you're kind of like within the. I mean, I'm within your square, kind of, if it makes sense, because I'm so small. And I will abjure the extraplanar one more time. So
Okay.
those beings, if they are aberration, celestial, elemental, fey, or fiend, get hit with a wisdom saving. Well, they make a wisdom saving throw.
All four of them?
Yeah.
A 19 on the first one.
Oh god, that's good.
Yikes.
Ooh,
A
so they are
6 on the second.
Oh.
A 12 on the third.
Fail.
And a 15 on the fourth.
Also fail.
Okay, so 3 of them failed. The one in the front that tried to cast banishment succeeded.
Okay.
What happens when you abjure them?
They are turned. If it gets to their turn, they all move as far away from me as possible.
Oh, okay.
If they don't, they take damage.
Okay. All right.
But a little flavor on it. When being so close to Circle Breaker, Valideus, you hear like the it's the crest on his top of his head that mimics the eye. You kind of know how predators, how prey, if they'll like mimic an eye to make predators not attack them. That's how you get the feeling that is what this is on Circle Breaker. It is a you will look at this while I attack you type thing. So like just a little bit of a false eye, but as so close to Circle Breaker, when the light comes from the crest, you see the hex gold armor, the cape magnetize against the body as the carapace, the sword arm come out, the shield come up. He's right there in front of you, and then you hear screaming down his skull, or what would be his skull. You hear like what would sound like thousands of like airlocks opening, as he like there's like a gust of wind, or force rather, as he abjures the extra planar, in this way that lets something from himself out that's scarier than they are.
That's so cool.
That's metal.
And
Yes, it is.
and then that's his turn.
All right.
Then he'll push you back behind you, and give you a 1 second. You get a +8 to your AC as he switches
Whoa.
places with you.
You switch places with me?
Yeah, I push you back 5
Awesome.
feet, and I take your space, and you get a +8 to your AC until my next turn.
Thank
Cool
you.
paladin stuff.
Hayes, you are
That's
up
cool.
with
Okay.
Lorenial and Imnirix on deck. Validaeus, since you are flickering in and out during this moment, you will not have an opportunity to react. But
So
Hayes,
wait,
what you got?
so is this guy still holding Validaeus' hand then, or no? Or is
Not
it
in
that...
this moment. Validaeus was pushed away from
Okay.
him.
Gotcha. Right. So you said 2 of them are abjured, and there's one that
well,
Three of them.
Yeah, for the purposes of this, all 4 of them look fine right now. It's not until their turn
Oh,
that they
okay.
try to run. So
Gotcha. In that case, I mean, they're all kind of standing apart from us, so I could do my awesome acid attack again, which I love doing.
Yeah.
So I think I will do that.
Okay.
Can I hit them all in a 15-foot cone? I mean, if I move, I might be able to.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'll move to the point where I can hit all of them.
Okay.
Do that at 4th level, sure. And they also make a dex saving throw.
Not a problem at all. Okay. Woo! The first one got an 18 on the die. For
Okay.
so 21 total.
Okay.
The second.
The save DC is 16 again.
Okay. Second one failed. Third succeeded. And fourth definitely succeeded. Natural 20. So one failed.
Okay, so they take half on a success.
Okay. Roll that beautiful damage for me.
Oh, that's a terrible roll. 11, so they take halved 5, I believe. Rounded. Is it rounded down? It's probably rounded down.
Okay.
It doesn't say. So they take 5.5 damage, because it doesn't say if I round or not.
All round, but I won't tell you which direction.
Evil.
As you kind of as you release that power from yourself and Validaeus, as you are pushed away, you hear the voice emanate from the Vidalcan that was just trying to banish you. You don't see their mouth move, but you can see their eyes are locked onto yours, and you could hear their voice in your mind. And they speak in a very clear Vidalcan dialect. And they say, "If you come with us, brother, you can go home." Lorenial and Imnirix, you are up.
Ooh. Oh yeah, so clarification. Circle Breaker yelled something at me. It was like solve the third riddle, right?
Yeah.
Which one is that?
That would be by touching the pillar. It would be touching the newt pillar, the pillar that depicted you as a child.
Right, but what was the riddle?
You haven't gotten it yet. No one touched that column ever.
Oh, I see. Does Lorenial seem like she's going just out of character? What is Lorenial thinking of doing?
Lorenial knows her strengths, and they are not solving puzzles.
I think it's very fitting that Rix would get would pick the one that they see themselves as a newt in.
Lorenial settles herself into the role of protector, trying to stand between people. She's gonna pull out her whip and make an attack, but you go ahead and go first, Rix.
Yeah, I mean that's like so Rick's like they looked as if they were going to like try and like lash out like with their sword and like try and like cut like the hand off, but then like Circle Breaker kind of like yells at them. They're like they kind of freeze and they scramble back, and like in that motion with one hand, like their sword hand still out in front of them, with the other hand they like reach and like is what had caused the riddles to manifest before, like touching them.
Touching.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so they like swing their other hand back. They slap against the pillar.
Yeah. The second
yeah.
the second your hand makes contact with this cold steel, this wave of energy courses through your body, Rix. You hear this voice sort of bellow and echo through your mind. I have no mouth, but I speak in sparks. I have no eyes, but I see with arcs. I was born of metal, shaped by need. Without me, no machine can feed. What am I?
Oh no.
And this is like telepathic.
It's telepathic. It is in your mind and your mind only. As long as you are making physical contact with that pillar, that riddle repeats through your mind. After the
Yeah,
third
he, like-
time it repeats, it begins to end, and you hear the "answer me" voice sort of begin to beckon and bellow from beneath it.
Yeah, he like yanks his hand back, like away from, as if he's touched something. Like,
Yeah.
I guess touching something burning isn't the most appropriate metaphor because he's a furnace Phyrexian.
Sure,
but
but
as
I
if
get
he's,
it,
like,
yeah.
touched something that's like hurt him, and he like kind of like he through gritted teeth he forces out the words. He's like kind of shuddering and like reeling from this like thing that just like spiked into his mind
Yeah.
so suddenly. I don't is this like I like is this something like I feel like as a furnace Phyrexian maybe I would have a better chance of like just throwing out a guess of what this might be. Is this
I would
out
love
of character?
yeah, Rix, I would love for Rix in this moment to either do an insight or a history check into this.
Okay, I'm gonna go with insight. Just a flat okay.
Oh hell yeah.
Is there anything I can do that can help with this? Not necessarily. All right. Dang, I wish Bardic Inspiration could apply to yourself,
Right.
but that is not how that works. Okay. That is a. Oh gosh. Is this a? Oh no. Is this a 6 or a 9?
Where's the dot at?
There is no dot. Oh no.
Uh,
I don't know if
Fancy
this is
one.
6
that's
or
a
9.
9. That's a 9.
Yeah. Oh, that's
Yeah.
9. Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
9 plus 4 is 13.
Okay.
Hell yeah.
With a 13, Rix being from the Forge, you get the sense that this riddle can be boiled, pun intended, down to what do machines need? What do machines feed on? That's kind of the core message of the riddle that you're able to kind of pull
Yeah.
away. That's the
Like-
without me, no machine can feed is the line that really
Yeah,
sticks out to
yeah.
you.
Yeah, so like the guess would be like electricity or lightning.
Is that
He
what
just
is that
kind of
what-
yells that out. Yeah.
okay?
Lightning.
Are you still you yell
And
it
the
out?
thunder.
You yell that out in this moment, and nothing happens. The Vidalkins stand. They kind of turn and look at you, but they don't really register anything that you've said.
Right, and I did like everybody else heard it, right? Because I like did
Yeah.
like shout it like yeah, but he's generally in like a like mildly crazed state, like kind
Yeah,
of like just yelling things out at random. Is that like did that cost me my action or like what do I
No,
have
no,
left?
that would have been like your
So-
object interaction.
That's free.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I think I'm gonna like lurch back toward the party, like just kind of like with sword like pointing out, and just gonna like kind of like attack the Vidalkin that had that had tried to banish.
Sure. Yeah.
Validation.
Go ahead and roll to hit.
Yeah. I'm going to roll to hit. That is first attack is a 19.
Yeah, that hits.
Oh yeah.
Okay. I'm going to roll for damage. That is 10 plus 13 plus 7, 20 damage
Whew.
on the first attack.
Okay.
And I'm going to make a second attack. That is a 20 to hit.
That hits.
Okay, and on this one, I'm going to expend 1 bardic inspiration to add d8 bonus damage, as
Okay.
well as pushing them back. So I'm going to roll for damage on that.
Hell yeah.
D8, 2d8. I do not have that many d8s, so I will just roll it twice. Oh, I do. That will be 10 plus 7. Sorry.
No, you're good.
17. Okay, 24 damage on that hit, and I'm going to push the Vidalkin back 10 feet. I'm going to use my reaction to move up to my basically harrying them, pushing them away from Valadeus, and conveniently positioning myself between them and Valadeus.
Yeah, so
and standing.
You're actually so now that you do that, you're actually in between them and Circle Breaker. Because Circle Breaker had already pushed Valadeus back, so you're kind of forming this protective line between you and Valadeus at this moment. But
you like our Vidalkin boy.
Yeah.
We do.
Lorenial, it is your turn.
Right. So we heard Rix say out the riddle and then say lightning, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now, I think normally Lorenial would ignore the riddle and imagine that Valadeus would fix this for her. But unfortunately, Valadeus is busy, and she was literally just thinking about the Phyrexians and how they're built and how they become from something small into this creepy, terrifying thing. And she's going to turn to Rix and say, "No, it's your core. Inside you, the furnace.
Oh, wow.
That's what you need to survive."
Right.
And then I think she's not even going to attack because she's like, "Oh my god, I did a smart thing.
Hell,
This has happened to me."
Does anything come of this guess? Was that a guess?
I didn't touch the pillar to go put in the guess. No, I just said this to you.
Oh, I have to say them.
Whoever's touching the pillar has to make the guess.
I see. And
But that
that's
would be
can only be done on the turn. Or honestly, maybe Lorenial could because Rix is now away from the pillar because he went to drive off that Vidalkin. So Lorenial might actually be better served by going over there herself and attempting it.
Do you want me to try it?
Yes.
She'll walk over there and she'll just ever so gently maybe take off her little glove and touch the pillar.
You touch the pillar, and just as it's been described to everyone else, this rush of energy courses through you. You hear this booming voice read out the riddle again.
The furnace.
There's a moment of silence. The rest of you who aren't facing that pillar, who are looking at the Vidalkins, you see as they smirk a little bit. The one in the front, especially. And Lorenial, you hear that booming voice that was reading the riddle out. You hear it kind of not quite. And then the Vidalkins, they sort of weave this hand gesture. Valadeus, you've seen some Vidalkin artificers and mages. They're very they're very physical when it comes to sort of manifesting magic, as it were. These 4 Vidalkins, they clasp their hands together. They all begin chanting in unison as each one of them casts spirit guardians. This
Oh my god!
vibrant
Oh, no.
blue hue erupts from beneath them. These small motes of blue light.
I gotta say, 3 of them are turned.
3 of them are turned. That's fine.
They gotta leave.
They will.
Okay.
They cast spirit guardians. These little motes of light, these little blink moths, erupt from beneath each of them and begin swirling around them. Then 2 of them. No, 3 of them. 3 of them turn and begin to run. So, sorry. Nyrix, you would get an attack of opportunity since you have not used your reaction.
I actually did the moving toward the Vidalkin actually did count as a reaction.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. Yeah.
If I can hit, I still have a reaction.
You would be 10 feet away from them now because Rix pushed them farther away from you.
Yep, no worries.
So 3 of them move out of the space. You see them as they hit the barrier and sort of literally vanish into nothing. The blink moths, as the Vidalkin passes through this barrier, the blink moths seem to coalesce and gather at the barrier. They don't pass through, and they begin to disperse. Some of them join the chorus of spirit guardians around one of the last remaining Vidalkin. The rest sort of dissipate off into the air around you. This vibrant sort of blue hue is now bathing over everything around you, reflecting off of the last pillar. As this Vidalkin rushes towards you, Nyrix. I need a wisdom saving throw.
Right. Okay. That is with a +1 because of the warding bond, right?
Mm-hmm.
With a +1 because of warding bond and because of my aura of protection.
Oh, your paladin aura. Right. So that's a total of +4, right?
That's a
Yep.
plus. Wait, hold on. Sorry. It's +2 plus
you're-
1, so it's 3.
Okay, +3. All right. So that's a total of +8. Ooh, that's a natural 1.
Oh no!
So I don't think it matters. Big 9.
That's not gonna help.
Yeah.
This entity, this Vidalkin rushes towards you. It gets about 5 feet away from you before this rush of blink moths surround you. You feel each of them individually as they smack into your body, as they kind of hit and careen off and then rejoin. It feels in this moment like you are being swarmed by bugs. Except you start to then feel these small, what feel like paper cuts, lacerations, this small burning sensation all over your body, as you take 21 points of necrotic damage.
Oh, so I am resistant to that, and also, like, I'm already resistant to that, but also because of warding bond. Well, I guess that doesn't compound, so I'm just resistant to
it
that.
does.
Right?
It does.
It does compound.
You could double resist.
Yeah. My job is just to tell you
but-
how much damage you take. It's your job to determine what your resistance is due to that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, then in that case, I
10.
take 5 damage.
Five.
And
But so does
and I
so does
believe
Circle Breaker.
Circle Breaker. Yeah. Okay, that's just regular necrotic damage, so I think Circle Breaker's fine. Okay. Unfortunately, I can't respond to that because I burned my reaction, pulling off that cool move, and now I'm paying the price. But that's okay.
All right, and then. Boop. Okay. The Vidalkin rushes in towards you as soon as the blink moths begin striking your body, Nyrix. you see it kind of turn its head and peer over your shoulder. It's looking directly at Valadeus. And it sort of mutters something under its breath, and then we will go back in turn order. It is now Circle Breaker.
Circle Breaker doesn't like this. Can Circle Breaker make an insight or kind of like a perhaps a history or arcana into himself to what the answer of that third riddle might be?
For sure.
Maybe just thinking about on the what is it? The I forget the word. Start with the C.
The core.
The state of that's right. It was the core, and we have to touch it in order to say it, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Correct.
It's
You
gonna
all heard me
be
say furnace, and then
Yeah.
I very clearly that wasn't the right answer. I don't think I said it out loud, but you see oh shit, I messed
got
up.
it. Understood. Core.
Yeah.
And we have not used that yet. Okay. It's going to be first thing, 2 attacks on the Vidalcan.
Okay. Sure.
Yes.
Validates you lose your AC bonus, but it's going to be 21 to hit on the first attack. Oh, I start my turn in the circle. Do I start my turn in the?
You do.
Spirit Guardians?
So wisdom saving throw. I was just looking at that. Yep.
Yeah.
I got a 2, 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna make him really try to concentrate on the spell, guys. Just watch this. I completely fail if you want to when you want to roll that.
23 points of necrotic damage.
Okay. I am going to use ouch. First of
Oh,
all,
you resist that because of spirit warding bond, right?
I do not.
No, only you do.
Oh.
Yeah.
That's so strange. Okay. Cool.
Give me one moment. I just want to make sure. Okay, yep. Do not fret. Do not worry. I will kill this in a hurry. So it was sorry, yeah. I already rolled. It was 21 to hit.
21 hits.
Yeah. Just so you know, I will on my next turn. I will try to incapacitate it if it's still alive, so that we can maybe get answers out of it. So.
Okay. I don't know that on this first attack.
That's a lot of dice.
Yep, it's going to be 5 piercing damage from the Hex Gold Rapier. It's going to be 7 sneak attack damage, and I will pump a level 1 smite into it for another 12. So 7, 14. Sorry, 26.
26.
26 for the first attack.
26 for the first attack. Okay, and he's gonna have to make a concentration saving throw on that real quick.
Yeah.
So it'll be DC 13. 17 on the die.
Okay. Second attack.
And he takes 26
Same thing.
damage.
That's not the 8. Yep. Another 20. Sorry, this is 21 to hit. Another 21 to hit.
21 hits.
And then 10 points of damage.
Okay, so DC 10.
Yeah.
With an 11 on the die. Okay.
Hell yeah, dude.
And
I.
he is
no worries.
looking bloody. One thing you all do note as you strike this Vidalcan is that even though you are cutting this entity open, even though it is clearly slowing down from the damage that it's taking, no blood is visible. No bodily fluids or anything appear to be coming from any of the wounds that you've left.
Okay.
Hey. Oh, sorry.
No worries. I'm going to use my movement to get to the pillar.
That's right. Okay.
I do not provoke attacks of opportunity moving from
Yep.
that guy. I'll tap Validates on the shoulder and say, "You got this, fam," and just right on by.
All right.
Go to the pillar. Do I make it in 30 feet?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yes.
Okay. I will touch it. Nod nod at Lorenial and say core.
Okay. You say core. You hear the voice. It had begun to recite the riddle, as it always does. And you cut it off and you say core. And there's this brief moment of silence where the potential for this to go the exact same way that it went for you previously, burning. But that sensation doesn't come. Instead, you hear this low sort of chuckle again. And the pillar that you're touching turns ice cold. You actually see frost form on the outside of the mirror-like shine as this pillar begins to slide back down into the ground. I'm cutting out.
Yeah.
Can you hear me now?
I actually have this same
Okay.
problem sometimes, and I think you're good on stream. I think it's just Discord cutting you out a little bit, so you're good.
Cool.
Interesting.
Yeah, I just got a nod from my mod that you are indeed correct, Jane. Thank you.
A nod from my mod.
A nod from a mod. Nod from a mod. As you as this pillar begins to sink, Valideus, you lock eyes with this Vidalcan as it smiles. This massive grin. You see its cheekbones stretch even higher than normal. You see this black, oily shine flitter across its eyes again. As the blink moths begin to one at a time sort of disperse off, Spirit Guardians begins to fade. And this Vidalcan, never breaking eye contact with you, Valideus, smiling the entire time, takes steps backwards slowly until you see this sort of like fabric of reality kind of brush over its shoulders and it fades into the ether. The third pillar has dropped. All of you in this moment feel this sort of weight lift from the area. The air becomes thinner. There's this sort of static that was surrounding you before that you didn't really notice until it was gone in this moment. And you hear, "Well done. Very well done. I can use you."
Oh yeah. I like praise.
And that's where we will
Does
take
everyone-
our break for the night.
Gosh, wait, did everyone hear that? Like, was
Everybody heard that. It was booming in all of your minds at once. So
Wow.
Wow, Wix does
You're
not like to
give
hear
us the
that.
good part.
we will take a short 15-minute break. We'll meet back here at 10:30. I will thank everybody in chat for watching. We'll be back in 15 minutes so that my lovely players can get a drink, use the bathroom, eat a snack, do whatever they gotta do. I hope that you're enjoying the story. Remember that you can still be making donations. !donate will bring up the link. I know that we've already raised some money during tonight's stream as it is, so I'm excited to keep seeing that number go up for the Trevor Project. And remember that every $5 enters you to win an awesome prize from an ever-growing raffle. So yeah, 15 minutes. We'll be back. Let me get my players muted up and everything, and then we'll see you in a little bit.
Yeah.
Welcome, everyone, back to episode 2 of this month-long series. Thank you so much for indulging us in our short intermission where we were able to get uh, libations and food and enjoy ourselves and have a conversation about mugs and jars. Um, I appreciate you sticking around. Those of you who are still here, those of you who are just joining us now, I appreciate it. A reminder that during stream and all month long, you can use the command !donate to get the link to the Trevor Project fundraiser that we are running all month long. Every $5 enters you to win one of any number of incredible raffle products and prizes that we have so far. But I would love to get back into this game for the night. When last we left, you had just solved Memnarch's Riddles 3, and the 3 mirror-like columns had sunk back into the floor of the Glimmer Void. You all hear this voice, this very commanding voice booming in your mind that says, "Well done. I believe you could be of use to me after all." The barrier around you that you just saw that last Vidalcan sort of vanish into begins to crack and fractal. This moments ago, this very silken, flowy fabric is now rigid and firm, and you see these cracks forming in the horizon for you, but this sort of barrier begins to disassemble and reassemble around you. The floor beneath you begins to shift underneath your feet without you feeling it. The walls around you begin to form from the ground up, as if liquid mercury was sort of being pulled from the ground and forming these steel beams that then begin to spread and form walls around you. As you kind of peer into this imagery for moments, you blink, and now you find yourself in a large room. There are screens that line the walls. There's a large metallic console that sits in the center of this room, and you hear echoing from the other side of this room this very sharp, very high-pitched metallic clang as you see very large, about 15 feet tall, 4 massive spider-like limbs clatter across the ground. You see 2 small arms holding, one in one hand is holding a very small book, and in the other hand he's clearly holding this glass vial. As he comes around, you see the lower half of his face. You see this humanoid jaw. You see these very large orbular eyes formed across the crown of its head. And as he makes his way around, he looks at all of you. He looks down at you, Circle Breaker, and you see a smile kind of come across his face. And he chuckles and he says, "Well, judging by the company," and he looks over at you, Mnirix, he says, "I would guess that this data was not found soon enough." And he looks back down at you, Circle Breaker. What do you guys do in this moment?
Wait, so sorry, can you give us a recap? What do we see? That was a lot. Sorry.
Yes, no, you are totally fine. Yeah, so essentially you see come around this console, you see Memnarch. He's about 15
Oh my
feet
god, I
tall.
didn't believe
Yeah. 4 massive spider-like limbs sort of clatter across the ground. As he rounds this
Behind those
console,
spider legs.
he's holding a book in one hand and a small vial in the other. And again, he looks at Circle Breaker, and then he looks at you, Nyrix, and he says, "Clearly, this data was not found in time."
Rick scrambles back. He's like breathing heavy. He doesn't know who this is. I don't think that as a Furnace Phyrexian, he would have learned like
Yeah.
any kind of lore behind what this could be, but he just like he's like so immensely tense. He looks like a cornered animal, and he just shakily says, what are you?"
What am I? You see this very sort of quizzitive look appear across his face. I am a fragment. I am a remnant. I am an echo.
He's just gonna look desperately like at the other party members and see how they respond.
So
But
we
Rix
saw
is very
like a black inkiness on the Valdarin's eyes, and he's holding up a vial of like oil or something.
No. As you look closer at the vial has this very strange powder in it. It's very reminiscent of the color of blink moths. That sort of very vibrant bluish hue. You know that all of you know that blink moth dust is used in a lot of manufacturing for things like hex gold and stuff like that. So
Yeah. Circle Breaker will produce his sword and put it tip first to the ground and bow very slightly. And given the history, he says found in time for what? In time looking at Rix, in time for Phyrexian, and like the time of completion. There would be a moment where Circle Breaker says, "We are too late. Phyrexia currently invades the multiverse as it is, Great Father. We seek a glimmer of hope from the past to preserve it, if not for us, for those that come after." And he'll look towards Lorenial and Valideus, and like noting the people that will come after, the people that will far outlive him. And just nods and says they are intentionally speaking about Rix. He's like they are a friend and have my what was the word I used earlier? They have my health until the end of days.
Memnarch appears to be sort of taking in your words, Circle Breaker. But he does kind of... You do catch his eyes wandering a lot while you're talking. Looking at Hayes and Lorenial and Valideus, and taking these very short, incredibly discreet glances towards and past Imnirix. But there's this moment where Memnarch kind of snaps his fingers, his little body hands, snaps his fingers, and a almost like 7-foot Vidalcan walks up from behind him, takes the book from his hand, And then he hands the vial to him as well, and he kind of gestures for him to leave without ever even looking at him. Um, and he says, I do not understand why you are here. Um, surely the Vidalkins have properly taken care of this information, taking care of my mere children.
um, if it's a circle breaker, is he addressing me?
Yeah, you're the only person that's had a conversation with him so far. Yeah.
He'll wait a moment and say, uh, "Grandfather, you are mistaken. I mean, we have lost. This is it is beyond our it is beyond your time. The extent of Phyrexian ruin, and even now we, uh, even now the planet itself aggresses the stars, and Mir are close to no more. We are a resistance. We are a thumb of a digit of a hand of a resistance that is stretched far too thin and have been chosen to find the faintest glimmer of any hope left. It is us or those that come after us. Again, it is lost unless we find salvation.
Loreniel will step up unless he looks like he's going to talk.
No, go ahead.
She says, perhaps there's no way to save Mirrodin, not any longer. But perhaps there's a way to preserve some small piece of what we have here, of the beauty from our planet.
I refuse to concede defeat against Norn, against her tide.
He looks incredibly pensive in this moment, hearing Lorenial, and then his kind of whole head shifts a little bit at the sound of your voice, Imnirix. There's this that incredibly familiar look that you experience a lot in your life when the 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 vocal affectations that Phyrexians are born with, that they cannot control, that are just, that's part of their physiology. Um, to many who are, to many that is very grating, and to him, in this moment, you see that all too familiar kind of twinge at the first syllable when you start speaking. But he takes a deep breath. And he says, I understand, young one. If this planet is reaching towards the stars, then perhaps the Vidalkins were successful. And he looks towards you, Valideus, and he says, tell me, young one, how fare the panoptic glasses now? How fare your people?
But by the glasses, he means like the observatory kind of like lenses and stuff. It is. I explained that. Yes, much has been lost from the bountiful amounts of knowledge my people have gained. Setbacks have been sustained, but as long as a flicker of knowledge exists here, we can always rekindle.
Well, you are here, correct? You are here now, so that must mean that you made it to the observatory, that the data was still intact, that my children were still performing, correct?
when we arrived, that was true.
Sorry. The phrasing of that was true. That was true. Caught me off guard for some reason that I can't explain in this moment. Um, he he leans down towards you, Valadeus. Circle Breaker, you actually are close enough in this moment that like you could reach up and touch and like touch Memnarch's abdomen. That's how far over you he is currently leaning to speak to Valadeus. He leans, and his head in this moment is kind of cocked so that one of his larger eyes is staring directly into yours, Valadeus. And he says, "The little one carries with him the information that you need. The mirror can be the key." He pauses and he says, "If you were able to decode your way into here, into this fragment of information that I cobbled together and stored on my mirror, that means that the Vidalkins carried on my work long after I had passed." And he says, "If that's the case, then the panoptic lenses might still be useful." It's at this point in time any of you can roll me a history check. As he uses the phrase panoptic lenses again.
Ooh, 23.
I'll give Valadeus advantage if I can,
Oh, heck yeah.
because we share the same he has the data I have.
Yeah.
I got 18 on the second one.
Okay. And what did you get, Jane? Sorry.
Yeah, that beats me.
23.
Okay.
Ooh.
I rolled a 19.
Jane and Valadeus, as soon as he says the word panoptic lenses, something in your brain sparks. The core of Phyrexia was once long ago known as the Panopticon. Long time ago. Back when Memnarch was still attempting to harness what is now known as New Phyrexia, but then Mirrodin, to create essentially a planet-sized machine, as it were, to get his own spark. He wanted to become a planeswalker. When he says panoptic lenses, especially you, Valadeus, Lorenial, you know this information from passing conversations with Valadeus, with working with other Vidalcan artificers, that elements of that original core were removed as Phyrexians began to take hold, as that oil began to spread. As Memnarch began to grow mad, he began to take pieces of his original creation, and as he was working with the Vidalkins, as the Vidalkins were working for him, it is said that a lot of their technology was born from the technology that he had used to create the Panopticon to begin with. The idea here being that the lenses that were used in that observatory must have come from this original Panopticon.
Panopticon. That's what they called Phyrexia. Perhaps some of these pieces still remain in the core.
What ends would you use these towards?
Sorry, are you asking Memnarch or the party?
Memnarch. You said the Panopticon still had uses?
The panoptic lenses.
The lenses.
He says the core is inconsequential at this point in time. It was long lost while I was still alive. But the lenses, I gave them the lenses. I gave your people the lenses. They were going to peer beyond. They were going to find me, my spark. And he has these moments where he's talking and then he pauses and he says, "Oh, I'm so sorry. One moment." And he begins to turn and he walks back behind his console. And there's a few moments of silence as he's gone. What are you guys doing?
I would like to bring up
So
this
remembered,
guy is a threat.
Memnock went insane. Tread
It is known.
cautiously.
It is known.
Maybe we need to put our minds to getting a way out of here faster than later.
To be clear, this is like out of earshot, right? Like we're
Correct. As
This
far
is,
as
like,
you know,
part of-
he's not in the room.
Um,
yeah. Imnirix is just going to contribute. I do not trust him. He has the manner of a would-be god.
Perhaps his words contain power that we could use.
Perhaps anything we could leverage in the fight against Norn may be worth it. But his manner is one that any Phyrexian would recognize.
Predatory.
He won't stop.
it is the word of a grandfather that has long since not been visited by his children. A sad man. A sad thing.
You
I wish him
hear
no ill will, but his manner is off.
as soon as you finish saying that, you hear all of you in your mind. Very well. And then, coming from back around the console, you see Memnarch again, carrying the book and the vial. And he rounds the corner, and he says, "You may well be of use to me after all." And he walks up, and he looks at all of you. Circle Breaker barely looks at you, Imnirix. And he says, "What has brought you here?" And he snaps his little fingers again, and that same Vidalkin walks up, takes the book from him, takes the vial from him, and Memnarch looks at the party and begins this interaction again.
Does he say the same thing?
He says the exact same thing. The exact same Vidalkin walks up and takes the exact same book and takes the exact same vial from him.
I think we're being Wizard of Oz, guys.
All right.
Odds?
Lorenio goes right back into the same thing. She says the same line about maybe we could protect a piece of our beautiful, treasured forest. And she's like looking at everyone else, like, play the same part, do it again.
Well, if you're here, then you must have the code. My children must still be alive with the Vidalkins.
I think Valdez is not going to engage with him again. He's trying to, calculate and work on a way to escape or something like that. He's looking
Sure.
at angles.
Go ahead and roll me an investigation check, Valadace, while you're doing that.
That's
Oh, come on.
18.
18?
Yeah.
Oh, good.
No, 13. 8 plus 5 is 13.
It's 13, yeah.
13.
Yeah.
Valadace, you recognize this might be some sort of this might be some sort of data loop. Perhaps a fragment of the data core that Circle Breaker ingested is corrupted somewhere. And sometimes in programming, what that leads to is an infinite loop of the same action being taken over and over again because it can't quite get past that next line of code, right? Um,
Mm.
you are under the suspicion in this moment that maybe that's what's happening here.
Hmm. My friends, I think that this is all not real, and maybe the Mir were trying to find Minark, and this is the closest they could find to him was this skipping record over and over again piece of hologram data. I'm not sure exactly how to describe it, but something like that.
That may very well be the case. We can only hope that your data echoes are not as a source.
The clue must be here, though. We are not just made to find a a faulty forebear. The clue is in in our environment. Book, the blink moth, something important. His console, even. Lorennial, do you feel the same veils on the edges that you did above? Are we still in a liminal space?
I will take out my javelin and walk 25 feet away and poke at the edges.
You are still in a liminal space. Your spear
Still
vanishes
fake.
as soon as it touches one of the walls. The tip of your spear passes right through.
Is the animation just kind of like playing without us?
He is in similar to a video game, right? He's an NPC in this moment. He is awaiting information to be given to him so that he can respond according to the code, right? So he is currently standing there awaiting some form of input from the rest of you. A conversation to a computer is, I tell you one thing, the computer gives you information back, so on and so forth.
I almost wonder what would happen if we just like tried to like take like the book or the vial and investigate them.
Mm-hmm.
Like if Rick starts to approach, does the echo do anything in particular?
In this moment, no. In this moment, he was
Okay.
speaking to Lorennial. Lorennial was giving him the same information as before, and he responded, and he is waiting for a response. You can see that he is paused. He is staring intensely at Lorennial. His head is sort of cocked a little bit.
The Panopticon. Yes, we recognize that. You created the lenses, and they may be a part of the core.
The lenses would not be part of the core. The lenses were taken out of the Panopticon and given to the Vidalkin so that they could use it. They will help me. The Vidalkins will help me.
And if the lenses were here, how would we use them?
The lenses aren't here. The lenses are with the Vidalkins at the Vidalkin Observatory.
Yes, obviously, of course. And how would a Vidalkin use them if they were there at the observatory?
He chuckles and he says, "What do you mean, how would a Vidalkin use them? They're lenses. They look through them."
Huh?
While this is going on, I'm gonna like try to get closer. Like, is he holding the book? Like, if I get closer, will I be able to like take a peek at like what's in the book or like what's on it?
Yeah. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
Okay. I'm not awesome at that, so if somebody else could also come over and like be doing the snooping, that would probably be better. But I will make an attempt. Ooh, 21.
Okay.
Hey,
I think Lorennial's just going to try and focus on keeping him off of you, and so you guys can do all
Right,
the
yeah.
investigating.
The book that he is holding Sorry, I had a burp. The book that he's holding, as you kind of inch closer and you peer into it, um, what languages do you read?
Common Phyrexian Goblin, maybe.
Okay, cool. So
The Ingot Slave dialect.
yeah, so it's super easy for you to tell that this book is empty and there's no writing in it whatsoever. Um,
Oh.
there's no title on the front page of this book. It sits in this sort of off navy leather bound cover. The parchment inside of the book is blank. Even as it sits there open to clearly some page, when he walked in, you saw him, reading. As you walk up, there is nothing on this book.
Interesting. Via message, I will convey that telepathically to the party.
I'll walk up and check the vial.
You walk up. Go ahead and roll me a perception check.
You ever play cards, Nimnock? Ah, yes. Interesting strategy. Tell me more.
I prefer to play games like Solitaire. Minesweeper is a good one.
Ugh, you're so boring.
Have you ever played Windows 3D Pinball? Fascinating.
I got 21.
21. 21 on both perceptions. That's not rad.
Yeah.
This vial, Valadaeus, is empty. The blue hue of the powder that you see appears to be on one plane. As you look around the vial, you see that it's almost like a blue vector has been digitally placed in this vial to appear as though it's full of something. Though as you look at it in a 3D space, there's nothing behind the blue facade.
We are in Kabuki theater. Like we are in a one-dimensional plane. This is wild.
Yeah, I will convey that the Echo does not have information on its person.
Okay. I'll ask. Grandfather, may I consult with your console? You will see information.
He says, well, of course, by all means. And he sort of gestures to his right hand side. You see a rather large, not unlike the original TARDIS, I would say. Not the new age where it's got freaking boppets sticking out of every orifice, but
don't be a purist.
I'm not being a purist. Just for the description purposes here, it is this rather large circular console. The center of the console has this blue well that sits in the center of it. A sort of swirling energy emits this light. You can see that the light that's emanating from the middle of this console is actually a swarm of blink moths that are kept beneath this small glass enclosure, almost like a terrarium. And as you make your way over, you can see that the console is functional. There appears to be code flowing through it. There appears to be information registering on the screen in front of you. What are you hoping to do?
I'll inspect it for tangibility.
Sure. Go ahead and roll to touch.
Find the real thing here.
Yeah,
Roll
go
to
ahead.
touch.
Yeah.
That's an investigation with the hands.
Yeah.
17 on the die plus a 24.
Okay. Yeah. With a 24, it's incredibly tangible. You can touch it.
Okay.
Touch the hell out
Mem.
of that.
Yeah, you molest
Yeah.
that console.
Ooh.
Hell yeah.
There
Is Memnarch
there weren't ports on this console beforehand. There are now.
great? That's exactly what I needed. I does Memnarch have like a wire to him? Like,
No.
Is he connected to the console or anything?
Not at all.
All right. Well, I'm sure he would. I'm sure he's gonna know what I put in here. I'm gonna feed him. I'm gonna feed him into information into this console of what Realm Breaker looked like sprouting from the world, and then see how that reacts, and then see what I can download from the console at the same time.
Okay. I would
Like-
say what is your goal with feeding him information on Realm Breaker?
It is. He is right now a he's a fragment of my core being made manifest, technically, right?
Yeah.
And in Circle Breaker's hopes, he would think that the Memnarch, the grandfather who went crazy and did terrible things, right?
Mm-hmm.
He still made me, essentially. So this is Circle Breaker appealing to the humanity of inhumanity. In a flash, she'll give him 5 seconds of what Circle Breaker saw as Realm Breaker exploded. Popping off into those portals, to show him definitively through Amir's eyes that they, the Panopticon, the observatory is destroyed, Realm Breaker attacked. Show him while I might not have seen Norn or any of the Praetors themselves, what their forces look like, right?
Yeah.
And then show him in that same 5-second montage all the work that we're doing to fix it, and then see what read what the feedback is, like the electrical feedback.
Yeah. You push this code, and it's instantaneous. The lights in this area change. What was moments ago very cool, calm lighting has turned almost this aggressively incandescent orange warm light that kind of pours over everything in this room. Suddenly, Memnarch's shadow on the ground stretches just a little bit farther as the light changes. And Imnirix and Valideus, since you were right up close inspecting the things that Memnarch was holding, you hear under his breath, you start to hear the words, a child tortured, a child tortured, a child tortured,
Ew.
on repeat. It's just kind of echoing over and over again. The child, it screams. The child, it screams. And as the code finishes getting pushed through, you all feel this weight kind of impact the room. You hear the joints in Memnarch's legs kind of creak a little bit as the metal compresses in on itself. He looks in this moment as if something heavy has just been placed on his body. He kind of sinks just a little bit. His knees become tight. His arms recoil into his body as his face whinges. You see the edges of his mouth kind of curl up and wrinkle as all of this information is flooding into his system for the first time. And he says, save, 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 and it's stuttering. And he, save them, save the child, save the child, save the child, save them.
Ooh.
His eyes begin to blink. His legs, his arms, they begin to twitch. Imnirix and Valadeus and Hayes and Lorenial, you're all still standing in front of him as Circle Breaker is at the console. You see, one at a time, the light sort of leaving Memnarch's eyes as he's just repeating, save, 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 save. One of his legs kind of starts to give out. The other starts to give out. He starts to drop slowly to the ground. And as the bottom of his torso reaches the cold floor inside of this room, I need everyone to make a Constitution saving throw as this ear-shattering scream echoes through all of your minds at once.
Oh God.
Don't like
Natural 20.
16.
That is 19 on the die, and 19. So 25 total.
Oh, sorry.
No, you're good. I only have 1d12, so...
Oh. Constitution, you said?
Yeah.
Alright, is no one within 10 feet of me? I guess not. I'm at the console.
Oh,
I
okay
got-
then. I guess.
I only got a 10. You still have your +1.
Yep.
Right. Yeah. I guess I only got a 23.
If you rolled a 17 or lower, you will take 32 points of psychic damage.
Yo!
Oh.
You take 16
Oh,
points if you succeeded.
Okay, so half that again.
And a 16, that fails, right?
That failed.
Rix, you take 8 only,
Yes.
and I take 8 more.
An appropriate number of damage to take.
Lorenio falls to the floor. She looks like maybe not able to get back up. Not out, but very, very, very hurt by that.
Ouch.
When this cacophony occurs, when this loud screech echoes through this room and through your ears, you feel it in your chest. You feel it like your bones themselves have become tuning forks in this moment. You are... Go ahead.
Oh, as soon as I see Laurenel hit the ground, I'm gonna go over and cast Cure Wounds.
Do it. Roll that beautiful healing footage.
In 7 HP.
Hit 2 digits. Thank you. Thank you.
As this echo begins to fade, as that screaming begins to fade, you are all overcome with this emotion. All of this code that was pushed into Memnarch is now flooding through this entire environment. Every emotion that Circle Breaker inadvertently pushed with that code from all of the mirror that had been downloaded from to begin with, right? All of the pain from the entire Phyrexian overrunning of the planet through the invasion, all of it was felt by these Mir who were forced to kind of contain all of this information from Memnarch and the Vidalkins. And all of that emotion gets pushed out into this room and into the data that is flowing around and through you in this moment. And as he begins to struggle and mutter, "Save the child," again, that screeching is still lingering. You see in your mind the code is coalescing. The walls now look like they are made from the bark of a tree. The console itself looks as though the levers and buttons are knobs and branches forming off of a small sapling. This entire room begins to twist and contort. The metal creaking that was once echoing from Memnarch's joints turns instead into the creaking of wood as it twists or bends. This sound begins to echo, and it begins to echo louder and louder until finally it stops. And you all find yourself standing in a dark room with no lights. A tree has warped and formed around you. And you hear Memnarch's voice, incredibly faded. And, in fact, everybody go ahead and roll me a perception check in this moment.
19.
23.
23.
10. Yeah.
I just got a
25.
20.
God. Okay, everybody just left Hayes way in the dust on that check.
Let's go.
Out of character. Oh my god, favorite character mentioned.
Hayes, Hayes, you are in this moment so enraptured by everything that's going on around you that
Hayes has no idea what's going on. He has no idea who Memnarch is. He has been lost the whole time.
God. Every party needs a himbo, it's okay.
Oh, facts. Straight facts.
Who's this old bitch?
You all hear Memnarch's voice, incredibly faded, incredibly weak in this moment. As the light has faded, as this tree bark is kind of encroached around you, you feel the heat again. That all too familiar Phyrexian heat that emanates from the very core of this plane. And in this moment, you hear Memnarch's voice still in your mind as he says, "You can save the child." And then he says, "Use the lenses. Find the lattice." And the voice fades. You realize, Circle Breaker, you're the first person to recognize that you are no longer in this digital environment. You are no longer bound by this code. What you find in this room that you are in, you find from the very ground beneath you has stretched this magnificent tree. It arcs through this room, it crushes through the canopy above you, and it continues to stretch. What you all notice is that wherever this tree has grown from, it has consumed the things that it has grown around.
Ooh.
You see prominently sticking from the bark, similar to how you see trees where people have put something and the tree grows around it and it becomes embedded into the tree itself. You see a series of lenses, these small glass arches, some of them fully embedded in the tree, some of them There are two larger ones that appear to be sticking out slightly from the bark. Imnirix, in this moment, you recognize where you're at. You know that you are near the roots of Realmbreaker.
Oh.
You know that
Oh shit.
you guys are in the core of New Phyrexia.
We're here. How?
And that's where tonight's session ends.
My bad.
Oh. Oh.
Okay.
Oh.
Wow.
Did I do a bad? Did I do a bad guy?
No, you did so
You
good.
did good. You did it good.
Ugh.
Awesome.
But it made him sad. It made him very sad.
It
I
made
drew a
me
little,
sad.
I drew a little grandfather.
Oh,
He
look
looks
at
so
it. Oh my god. I love it.
Oh.
Well, awesome. Thank you
Yeah.
guys in chat for hanging out with us all night. I hope that you enjoyed this as much as I did. I hope that the players enjoyed this as much as I did.
Heck yeah.
We will see you again next Sunday for episode 3, March of the Hollow Choir. Reminder that this fundraiser is going on all month long. Every $5 donation enters you into the raffle. On Wednesday night, I'll be back live streaming myself painting some robot tokens again. But yeah, thank you.
By the way,
Yeah, hit me.
Sorry, I don't mean to be an asshole.
No, tell me.
I redeemed Robot Hour.
Robot
Oh,
hour.
well, that's not gonna happen now.
Well, I know, but someone gets to pick out a robot for you to draw.
Oh, hell yeah. Okay, sick. Yes. Anyone in chat right now, absolutely shout out a theme or a type of robot or a robot you really like, and I'll make sure that the next token I paint is that one. But yeah, thank you so much for joining us. Thank you so much for hanging out. I know that this episode got pushed today. I had a family member pass away yesterday morning, regrettably, but everyone here was so lovely and supportive and made the day incredibly easy to get through. So I can't say thank you enough to this lovely group of people and you guys out there for willing to deal with it anyway. So without further ado, I would love to let everybody do their outros, and then we'll let everybody go for the night. So yeah, thank you so much. I've been MTG Critical, and we'll pass it off to Oz.
I was drawing a grandfather. I'm Oz Edgewalker. I love art and Magic the Gathering, and I talk about it sometimes on Blue Sky. Oz-Edgewalker. I say that because Edgewalker is my favorite card from pre-modern cleric. It's very good. And then I play in D&D sometimes, and I'm here most of the times. And I'll be in Atlanta.
Woohoo! ATL.
Yeah, we'll be in Atlanta. Yeah, we'll be in
All
Atlanta.
right.
That'll be fun.
And then we got Ricky.
Yo, what's up, y'all? I'm Lana War Ricky, 2 L's, like the elves. I'm an editor for Jane Plays Magic. Come check us out on YouTube. We got some excellent Commander gameplay episodes. That's it for me.
Hell yeah. And then we got Jade.
Hello, I'm Jane Judge, also from Jane Plays Magic. You can check us out every Saturday at 1 p.m. Pacific at twitch.tv/Jane Judge. Next week, oh my god, what are we doing next week? I don't even know. Next week we have a Hex Girls pod. It's going to be rad. We've got Katie Combat, we've got Quinn. It's going to be a blast.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, that one's awesome.
Hey.
Aaron brings in
Awesome.
X Space, or
All
inspired
right.
by the X Girls from Scooby Doo.
Yeah.
Yeah, we all make like Scooby-Doo villains or like a Hex Girl themed deck or something. Yeah, it's fun.
Cool.
It's
I
awesome.
heard Hex Gold like from Mirrodin and was like, huh?
Oh.
That's the next
I
one.
have author of Listener's Guide Disease. I'm sorry, but that's awesome.
All right. Next up, we got Gwen.
Yeah, hi, I'm Gwen. You can find me at Blue Sky, Gwen the Dragon. And that's about it.
Hell yeah. Well, no, you have a YouTube too. Got a YouTube channel?
Oh, yeah. I have a YouTube channel, GemTG. not uploading right now because work, but hopefully by the end of the summer I'll be back to it.
But if you go click subscribe now, you'll be alerted when they do upload again. See?
That's true.
There you go. All right, and last but certainly not least, the architect of the glistening guide themselves, let Yara take it away.
Thank you. Yeah, I'm Lit Yara. This was my surprise second session on Echoes of the Maker, but unfortunately, I will not be present in the next few games. I will be behind the scenes, helping run things, producing horrible creatures for the party to fight and encounter. But yes, I am the author of Glistener's Guide to New Phyrexia. You can find me on Tumblr as Lityara-Mirrorlake and on Blue Sky. I forgot the name for a second. Blue Sky as Lityara. And where I will be posting homebrew stuff and Vorthos content, and I too will be at MagicCon Atlanta. I can't wait. But yeah, please join this stream for the next 2 sessions. I can already tell they'll be amazing, and I will be watching for sure.
It should be. It should
now
be
that
great.
we're laser focused on my favorite character, I am so on board.
I was
already.
I won't lie. I was a little bit bummed last week when I thought you weren't gonna make the second session because I was like, oh well, they're gonna hate that they're gonna miss Realmbreaker, but you made it anyway,
It's
so it was
okay.
like it was perfect.
It's okay. Favorite character mention fire emoji. This is good. But yes, this was such an incredible experience. I hope I can do this again.
Yeah.
I would absolutely love that if you have me.
Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, anyway, thank you guys for watching. And we'll see you next time.
No one's picked a robot, so Yara, could you pick a robot for?
Oh yeah.
for
Hit me with a
Oh,
robot.
like right now? Okay.
It doesn't have to be right now. You can pick it whenever.
All right. Tentative
Robot.
first answer Phyrexian Metamorph. I love that guy.
Okay. Hell yeah.
Ooh.
Also,
All right.
Many different variations to choose from.
There
Awesome
are.
card. I run it in all my decks.
Why
I
wouldn't
guess
you?
I'm plugging
Yeah.
for Phyrexian
Why
Metamorph
wouldn't?
now.
Yeah. Why wouldn't you? Yeah.
Yeah,
Phyrexian